We were talking about the customization actually.
yes, I mean we can inactive the location and we can create our new location if needed. These things we were discussing,
Yeah. Okay.
and we discussed about I
Yeah,
mean
and we
finance,
thought like, okay,
fiscal,
we'll be starting the customization part now,
right?
right? So, uh, first of all, we have to understand why we need to have the customization. Okay, because if you see the NetSuite, so we have all modules here and all the forms and required fields as well. So most of the information, like if you see the any of the transaction record open, so there we can see we have the multiple forms as well, and we have multiple fields over there to capture those information, relevant information, right? Then what is the reason like we have to create multiple forms here,
Mm-mm.
okay? And once we select the forms, the UI will get changed accordingly.
Okay.
Okay, why? Because like okay, if we are using multi subsidiary,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so maybe if we are using a one world account and multiple subsidiaries are required, right? So what
Yeah.
happened? Maybe for different subsidiary, we want to have a different form as well.
Okay.
Okay, that is the one thing. Second thing is sometimes we create a different form for the user specific as well. Which role will have what access to what particular role like form, so that they will be able to see some limited numbers of the fields.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And third could be any specific, let's say any requirements comes where we need to provide the solution, and the only solution will be to customize the form and create the new form, etc. So
Okay.
like there could be a different aspects of uh, this, and we have to create the forms accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But inside the form, if you'll see, so we have the fields as well. Okay.
Okay.
Each of the forms will consist of field. So we'll talk about the field first. Let's say if you want to create a field on the customer record, or let's say contact record,
Mm-hmm.
almost every field we have, but as per the client requirement, we found okay, some fields we have to create where we want to fetch some more information, some more data,
Okay.
right? Now, so for that kind of requirement, what we can do, we can create a field over here. Let's say uh, we want a kind of field over here which says priority, okay, or preferred contact kind of thing, okay. Whether we want this contact will be the preferred contact or no,
Okay.
okay. So what we can do, we can come here. We have the option. We can click on the customize and click on new field. This is the one way, easiest way actually. And the second way is to come from the customization list record and click on the entity field.
Okay.
On I'll tell you the what is the difference between the two. If you directly come from the record where you want that particular field, system will be aware of the record type. Okay. And if you are coming from the customization, system will be not be sure about on which record you want to create. So that is the reason if you see this one, here contact is blank, but if you see this one, here contact is true. Okay, because we are coming from the record and system knows okay on this particular record you want to have that particular field.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now here again we can create a field called is,
So we were creating a field on contact base. That is the reason the contact checkbox is selected,
right.
and we can deselect also. I mean
Yeah,
unselect.
yeah, we can unselect, we can select multiple as well. Let's say the same field if you want on multiple records.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, but you can see these all records are the entity records, not transactional records. And that is the reason if you see at the top it's written custom entity field. Entity
Okay.
field means all those records are entity records. Okay.
Entity records means, I mean, for a specific location.
No, no. Entity means for the masters.
Okay.
Okay. Masters are the entity only. Now, so if you come here, go there, you can see we have named as preferred. Internal ID of this, if you want, see, I will entering preferred as the is preferred contact. Now, a crushed word will get attached automatically here. And then you can say what kind of field this will be. This will be a checkbox or preform text or a drop down kind of thing. Okay. Or date, what kind of field this will be. So let's say you want to have this as a checkbox. Select the checkbox. Okay. Now under display, you have to mention where you want this particular field should come up. Whether you want somewhere here or you want under any of these. So these are the sub tab. So this is the main sub tab actually. Okay. And others are, we can see the names are given, right? Like relationship, communications, address. So it depends where you want that particular field. Okay. And if you are not selecting any sub tab over there, system will automatically push that to custom. Okay. So now if you want that should come somewhere here, select uh, subtab as main. Then we have help. What is this help basically? It's gonna tell you when once you click on the if you click on the label, okay, system will tell you for what purpose this field has been created. Okay, you can say mark this tick, tick box is true if this customer is preferred contact. Okay, like this. Okay. Now I'll just save it. If you want to default take it, you can make it default as well. If you do not, leave it and just save it. Now this is saved. If you go here and refresh it, so we can see here, right, is preferred. We can mark it and mark it, right? And then you can see what is this, right? If you click on this one, it will show you the same thing which I have written over there.
Okay.
Mark
Okay.
this checkbox as true if this customer is this if this customer, sorry, it's contact, right?
Yeah.
If this contact is the preferred contact. By mistake, and I have like written this one. And here you can see the internal ID which I entered is this one, but
Mm-hmm.
system automatically added custom entity, custom
Cust,
entity. What
cust
is
entity.
indicate? It indicate this is the custom field. So any field, if you click here, for example, if I click on this company,
Mm-hmm.
you can see there is no custom word before the word starts.
Okay.
Right? There is no cursed word. Even if you click here anywhere in the system, right? But in case if you click on the any of the field, custom entity will be added.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the one thing like how you will be able to identify whether that field is a standard field or the custom field. You can see this is a standard field.
Okay. Right.
Okay. But if I select this one, this is the custom field. Okay.
Okay.
So this is how we can create the field. But again, a different kind of field could be created. For example, email ID kind of, right? To capture the email ID. Now, if you want the email ID, system should validate that one whether the email ID format is there or not, right? So how? So all those things will be taken care by a NetSuite while we are creating the fields and selecting the type over there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. For example, let's say I want a field over here called alternate email ID. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll can just click here. We have this open, right? I'll say alternate.
So Shikhar, it says applies to customer project. What is this? I mean, these are the pages, different pages, right? Project
Yeah,
page,
yeah.
supplier page.
Yeah, so
Okay.
these are the different record basically, na?
Okay. No, what I was thinking is we have so many other pages also, right? But we are getting selected things here in applies to.
No, no, no. So depends. Like, okay, so what? Just uh, yeah. Sorry, could you please? Yeah. So basically, our records has been divided into separate parts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For example, I'll just show you. If you go and create the fields, right? So its system will ask you on what kind of record you want to create. Transaction, like entity records, item records, CRM record, transactional record, other record fields, or the other published fields.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll just show you. So in entity records, we have these things where we can go, we can create the field, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
If we want to create on the item, then we have to come here, item field.
Okay.
Okay. Here we have. Then you can see all the different types of items listed over here, right? Similarly, if you want to create for the CRM field,
Yeah.
all others record will be given there. And then transactional field we have transactional body, column, line, all these things, other record. Okay. So these are the things which belongs to the CRM. These are the transactional body field. If I click on new, you can see the on which record this will get applied. See,
Okay.
purchase, sales. Okay.
Okay.
So it has been categorized into different part. Okay. Depends. The record belongs to which, whether the transactional record is there or that is, for example, if you want to create a field on the location. So
Yeah.
location will come under the other records because you can see the list how big is the list is
Right. Right.
for
Right.
the other. Okay. So basically it depends like what kind of field and where you want. So now If I want to create a field over here called alternate contact email, and I want like this should be the email type field, email address, and also I want to search by global search. I'll tell you what is the use of this one. I have just marked it too. Now I want this under the contact display. Let's say under communication, I want this particular communication. Okay, communication tab is here. Oh, yeah. So I'll just save it. Fine. Now, if you refresh this one, if you go to communication tab, here we can see alternate email contact is coming, right? And if we say test and click somewhere, system will say test, please enter a valid email address.
Okay.
Okay. Now system is aware of it's validating, right? So you
Right,
don't
right,
have to
right.
do any. System is validating whether the, for example, I'll say, um,
All right.
okay, if I say, we'll take now. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this kind of things, if we need to create a field could be of different type. It could be a password type, URL type. It could be a image type. It could be a long text. It could be a anything that you want.
Okay.
Okay. So that could be done from here. You can
But
go
these
ahead.
but these custom fields, Jager, are just for accepting the data from the end user, right? Some if somebody want to enter email or somebody want to enter a new
So
contact.
that could be for any purpose. A custom field could be created for any purpose. For example, let's say, okay,
Uh-huh.
this is the one part where we are creating a field as per the client requirement. Okay, we want
Okay.
to track more information, more data is there for that purpose.
Okay.
Other scenario could be I want a script or the workflow to run, and we want to identify something, right?
Okay.
So what we can do, we can have like that time also sometimes we have to create the check boxes and sometimes some different types of fields, okay? And we have to keep that in the backend so that those fields will be not be visible here, but will be there in the backend,
Okay.
okay? For example, this is the one field you can create, and you can say that field will be the hidden. How you could say that? So if you come here, if you go to display, so here we have the option display type.
Okay. Hidden. Okay. It okay. By hidden, it will not show that field.
No, it will not show you in the front end. It will be in the
Oh.
back end only.
Okay, okay. If this will be useful when we don't want any field to be available for some end user, but we want it for our own work.
Right, correct. So let's say for the reporting purposes or some parameter you want to set based on that you want to run that record, something like that.
Right.
Okay. In those cases, we can have this kind of option. We also have the disabled option where a user will be having the access. They can see that one, but they will not be able to change it.
Okay. Read
Okay.
only.
Yeah, read only. You can see this one as of now. This is the read only, right?
Okay. List record is yeah.
Okay, like this it will be.
So this will be showing to admin.
Yeah, right. So no, so which one? This one.
No, this list record which is hidden as of now. List oblique record. This field.
Where is that?
Just yeah,
No, no.
just
Actually, see, for what purpose we use this one? When we create a field, right? And let's okay, I'll give you an example. Uh, let's say I want to. So we have active inactive checkbox over here. Let's
Mhm.
say, for example, okay. But I want a kind of field over here which says this contact is valid, yes or no.
Okay.
Okay, something like that. We have inactive still. We can use that one. But let's say we are just creating to just show you to how to create, right? So let's say we do know that that field will be having two values, right? Yes and no.
Mhm.
So that means we have to create the list first.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you want the list, then what happens? If you come here, you come customization, list record, and click on new. And I will create a new list here. Name it as yes, no.
Okay.
Any name you can give, enter whatever you want. Okay. I'll say yes, no list. Something kind of. And then I entered value here. First is yes, and second is no. I'll just save it. Now I want a field over there on the contact record, and that field should consist of these two values, right? So what we have to do, we have to come to the customization, go to new fields. I'll say valid contact, and this I want under, let's say, communication tab only.
Okay.
Now here we have the type, right? So we have, so free form text means it will be like whatever you want, you will be able to type over there, right? But
Mhm.
what the concern is, we want to have the list over here. So we have to select the list record. Now once we select the list record, this list is active because now we'll be able to see, say,
Okay.
which particular list will be called here.
Okay.
Then we have to call the that one, the list we have created, that is yes no list.
Okay.
Okay, if you want to create a new list, you can click directly from here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Okay. So
and
it will
now,
just show yes
yeah,
or no to select.
right now, I even I do have the options. I can make it mandatory,
Okay.
and if I want a default selection, I can select default as well.
Default selection. Okay. Yes. Right.
Now what will happen if you come to this one contact record and refresh this one? Go to communication. Now here we can see we have a field called, we have not done anything, right? But default it's coming as yes, and we can select no as well.
Okay.
Okay, so we can come here, we can select the no. And here also we have one option called new. If you want to add any new value, if you do not want, even if you remove want to remove this new, you can remove that one as well.
Okay.
Okay, so this kind of when we see, okay, we need to create the field or something. No, automation is different part, right? Maybe automation you want, okay, so if that checkbox is inactive or user just mark this as yes or no, something like that, based on that the checkbox will inactive checkbox will perform true and false. For that kind of things we can create the workflows and all to do so. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, similarly, so this was about the entity. So whether entity like customers, contacts, and everything, it means the vendor and all same. But if you see the transaction record, transaction record is divided into different parts. Okay, but before that, let's cover up the item thing. So if you go to list, accounting, items, new item.
And Shikhar, just one question. So
Yeah.
if we can create a custom field for displaying the existing data also. For example, I have two columns, and I want to show the, let's say, multiplication of those two columns in my third column, which will be a custom field.
Yeah, that kind of things could be also be done. Okay, how to do? I'll tell you.
Okay, because
For
user might
example,
ask that, right? I have these things, and financially, I want this.
yeah, for example, let's say we have a customer record. I'll just click on customer record, relationship and customer. Customer name is, let's say, Bajaj or something like that. TVS. So, okay. So now this is the customer record. And if you go to financial, so let's say here we have two field called overdue balance and unbilled orders, right?
Overdue
Now
balance
let's say
and
you want to create the third field. I'm not going specific to that. I just want to show you. If I want to create the field and just want to show the value of both of them,
okay,
okay, adding sum of both of them
right.
in third one. Okay, so how we can do that kind of thing? I'll just show you. So first thing is come to this one. Is that on just a minute. How big the size is? Okay, I'll just do it from here. So let me remove this one. Click on new. I'll say sum of, or yeah, sum of overdue balance.
Yeah.
I'll say overdue and unbilled. Okay, fine. Right, I have entered this one. Now where I want on the customer record, fine, no other places. And this will be a currency field.
Okay.
Display, here we have. I'll be putting this to financial tab, and then I will make it disabled as well.
Okay. Right.
Then I'll come here defaulting and say default value use formula.
Okay. Okay.
Now first thing what we need to do, it will be dynamic, right? And just mark this checkbox as false. I'll tell you why. And take the internal ID of this one.
Internal ID. Okay. Okay, sorry, I missed actually. So, what is the why we were taking that internal ID?
So how system will get to know which you want to add, right? Which
Okay,
two
okay,
fields you
okay.
want to add.
Okay, got it.
Thus,
And the internal ID of other field.
other field.
Okay.
So you like a case when I'm just showing you the simple one, okay?
Yeah.
So if you aware of the Oracle function, you can apply case when and all those kind of things. Fine. Okay. Now I
Yeah.
have just did it. Just save it for now.
Mm-hmm.
If you come here and refresh this page, if you scroll down and go to financial,
Financial.
the sum of overdue and unbilled orders 1223.35. If just add this one,
Right. 5, 8, 5, 3. Yeah, correct.
correct?
Yeah.
And if you edit that one, you can see that field is non-editable. Will not be able to edit
Yeah. But I guess when if we change overdue and unbilled, it will change that field dynamically.
automatically. Automatically, you don't have to do anything. It's dynamic. It's not static, right? See, okay. So we can see, right? So where is that field? Yeah.
I think this is disabled.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these kind of things you can do.
Okay. And
Now,
you were saying that if we know some function and all, which functions you were saying?
like Oracle functions,
Okay, okay, okay. SQL functions.
yeah, SQL functions.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be having the save session, then we'll talk about more deeply, okay, over there.
Okay. Sure.
Now, so this was about the customers vendor entity records. Like
Right.
similarly, we have the item records. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want to create on the item record any field, you have to just come here and go to the item fields, click on new. Multiple options you'll be getting on which all the functionality will remain the same. Okay, just you
Yeah.
can say okay on which particular item record you want, assembly, both and all, or for any existing item you want.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say any existing item you already have in the system, and for that if you want to create a field, so that kind of things could be also be done. Okay, other things remain the same.
Okay.
Assembly items, whether you want on purchase, sales, etc., those kind of things could be done. Okay, now important is the transaction. If you see the transaction record, let me open this. Now, a transaction record is divided into multiple parts. How? One thing is this one. Okay, if you exclude, if we exclude, or you can, okay, just say this is known as body field. Okay, whenever you want a field over here or under billing, relationship, communication, excluding this item, that will be called body field.
Uh, Sorry, Shekhar, I did not get.
Okay. So let's say if you want to create a field on the
Okay.
transaction record,
Okay.
okay. So in transaction record, if you see, so excluding this
Yeah.
item tab, okay, all other things are body. Whether you want a field over here somewhere or
Uh-huh.
you want field under billing, relationship, communication, related records, and all. Exclude this item, everything
Mhm.
is body.
Okay.
Okay. Just the thing is like we have to change the sub tab.
Okay.
If you want a field under the items like this, okay, this is called column or the item line level.
Okay.
So if you
Yeah.
want to create any field like this, then we have to say column fields inside the item field. There is one more option. Let me edit this one. So if you want to create a field like this, then column field, and if you want a field inside an option,
Yeah.
where is the option now? This you can see inside a field there's a multiple fields, right? So if you want to create a field inside option field, then that will be item option field. Okay, and that is the reason if you see here, go to the customize. We have three options called new body field, new column field, and new item option field.
Okay.
Okay, so depends where you want that particular field should come up on your transaction. But you can say, okay, for example, when we need the body field, when we want to have the order level information. For example, pending approval status. Approval status. This is for the complete order.
Yeah.
If you talk about the classes location, this is for the complete order,
Mm-hmm.
right? So whenever we want order level information, for example, if you see this relationship or the billing, so all the order level information is there, right?
Yeah. Right.
But let's say if an order consists of 10 or 15 or whatever numbers of the lines,
Right.
and these lines have different, for example, here we have some different quantity, on the second line we will have some different quantity, maybe we have some field that we want to have, and we want to see, okay, quantity into weight into something else, something like that, if we want to create.
Okay.
Okay, in those cases what we have to do, we have to create the column field.
Okay.
But when we need to create the item option, item option will be created because see, if so sometimes we have a requirement, a customer wants some product, right? And for that product we have a different attribute or the variant,
Yeah.
okay, such as model number, colors, features, right, those kind of things. Now
Mm-hmm.
if we start typing like this, you can see that even as of now list is so much big, right?
Yeah.
If you add more 20 fields like this, then what will happen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So, in case if you want to have those kind of things like color, sizes, etc., variant of the attributes, we can come here, we can put it so that a user can go there and enter all the information over here as well. We don't have to put all the things over here like this. Okay. And the same information we have to maybe describe for different items. We may have a different attributes or the variant or there will be nothing like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? So based on the scenario, we have to say what kind of field need to be created and where.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. For example, let's say if you want a field over here or under tax reporting or under custom or somewhere, you can go straight forward and click on customize and say make new body field. Now, when you are going to create this kind of things, now body field, you can see the different options here we have, right? So maybe the same field you want on the purchase order and sales order both. Okay. So in that case, what you have to do, you have to mark both the records true,
Okay.
and then all other things remain the same. How you want they should be come up. Sourcing filtering is one of the one more thing. What will happen? Let's say you have a list and you
Mm-hmm.
want to pull out the data from that list.
Okay.
Okay, so there, those kind of things could be also be done here. We can filter it out. Okay, for example, let's say we want from the customer record. Source from, then list we have selected. Now we can select the other parameters. Okay, what you want to have. Example, email ID. If this is PO, we can say the vendor list. Okay, and source from, then we can source that value as well. Okay, so system will automatically source in that case. Okay,
Okay.
okay, fine. Now just I want to stop over here. Really
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
No
And
problem.
Yeah, we can have like okay, we'll talk about these things. We'll do, and just
Mhm.
please go through and just create that one. And can we have a session tomorrow at 8 o'clock? Just to see whether we'll be able to do that or not.
Okay.
If it is feasible for you, right?
Okay, yeah, we can try.
Yeah. If not for 1 or 2 days, then we can again have the same timing. Uh,
Mhm. So Shekhar, I mean, if you want, I mean, we can try at 10:30 also.
10:30 will not be working because most of the time 11 o'clock or something like that I have a call, and also uh,
Mhm.
10:30 would not be fine.
Okay.
So basically, what happened? Like every day around 8 or 9 o'clock, I get the meeting schedules now. So even
Okay.
before one day, I was like, I'm not sure about whether the call will be there or not. So yeah, it's
Mhm.
okay, fine, okay. So okay, let's connect tomorrow same time and we'll see.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, let's connect tomorrow at the same time, 10 o'clock. So 11 o'clock, and we'll see how
Mhm.
it's. Okay,
Okay, Shekhar. Yeah.
okay, fine. Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.